Well, it's time, everybody. We're once again here at the final episode of another season. And when we say goodbye to Kamen Rider Gavv. So let's start with the final episode because trust me, I have some thoughts. So it starts out with Shouma and Lango preparing to fight. As Shouma stated that he never actually saw Lango smile ever once, asking him if taking away people's joy, making dark straight to the ground, if that would actually make him happy or not. And Lango said he's not hearing any of that. And Lango saying not all that, saying that it's actually the fault of their father. You know, the fact that the father inherited a gold mine back in the day and that he was wasting it away. Even having him and his mother come in to become a new family member, that's why he actually killed him in order to make sure that he can actually take advantage of the name and maybe bring back the spotlight of the family due to the fact that he believed that it's their birthright. Well, only his birthright more than their family. Confirming to show that he did actually kill the dad, which we already know, but really nice to know the character actually know that he actually did it. And say that he will eliminate anybody that will get in his way to stop him from reaching his desired future. I should say that they are similar to one another, I guess, but that's a little confusing because that never stated too much about the fact that they're trying to find joy in their lives due to the fact that they were victims to their family. I'm just wondering, like, is that really Lango? Because that doesn't seem like Lango. That seems more like the other sibling, but I have more thoughts on that later. And Lango doesn't really accept it at all. They both transform to fight each other. A really cool shot of Shouma actually having them inside the Goji pod to see them transform, which is cool to see as the final fight begins. Meanwhile, Hunter and Jiip fight each other. Before they transform, Liselle comes in trying to get revenge for the fact that he killed her dad. Jiip tried to stop her from actually trying to transform as well, to help her out. And Hunter seemed to understand it pretty well, which is really nice to see for our secondary writer. That, you know, the fact that Hunter actually wanted revenge and all that, I understand two other characters wanting revenge. But Liselle doesn't want to actually stop at all, especially that Jiip tried to, stop her and tried to transform before her. And Liselle saying that she finally understands Jiip, saying that she still wants to take revenge for her own dad. And Jiip tries to negotiate with her, but she decides that, yeah, it's time for both of them to transform to fight against him. But before they do that, before they can take the revenge, Hunter actually gives them, like, a chance to make them go back to their grounded world, saying that he doesn't want to kill them in order to stop the cycle of tragedy over and over again. Interestingly, Jiip actually understands that, actually also want to stop it, but say that he'll stop it after he killed Hunter, the last victim, and they can go back to their life. And they all transform to fight, and we see Liselle finally her true monster form. Gotta say, it really does seem with the Lovecraftian like design with her dad. Kinda seems pretty cool and all that with the squids and all that. And it's pretty weird that her Gavv had like red lips and all that to make it a little more like a female version. Really interesting to see, but yeah, it's a really cool like gold, purple, white color. It looks pretty good, but it's already a little too late to actually say much to see it in action. I really wish it actually came sooner episodes to actually see it in action, but anyway, they all spread to fight one another. And I'd like to go to the door space, seeing that he defeated all the army off screen, which I'm kind of disappointed in the fact that we don't actually see Lakia actually defeat all the army. I kind of wanted more to see that, but it's okay. I really wanted to see how he defeats all the army because it would be really cool to see. Or at least make him that he actually still attacking him because he actually said that he's gonna destroy all the doors, the door space. Say that he'll make sure that he'll cut the line for Grado to never come to the human world ever again. And that will also include him. I kind of wish that he didn't actually defeat the army off screen. Maybe he said that the army keep attacking him when they actually invade him here, that he's fighting out the army and also blowing up the door. Because that's what he does. He just blows up the door. It's not like it seems a little unimpactful, but it would be better if they actually had, pretty more desired, desperate method for the agents to like stop him or blowing up the door. But that's my take. Pretty nice shot of him in suit on, saying that he had to say goodbye to the world, saying that he's happy to have had him, even for a short time, which is a pretty nice moment to see for Lakia. As we come back to Shouma and Lango fighting, pretty sad that we don't ever hear, Shake It Off. I think it would be pretty good to hear in this fight scene. But anyway, Shouma and Lango fight, and then for some reason he has wings, which is kind of the fact that they never actually mentioned the fact that he has wings, but whatever. And yeah, he uses them to actually eliminate all the Goji souls inside the Goji pod and make it his final form. But they have a cool sequence of Shouma being thrown to the ground. He actually puts in Blizzard and actually uses the force of the push to make him push the lever from the ground in order to transform into Blizzard Swordblade, which is pretty cool to see. I really do like that shot. That was a long time that we haven't seen Blizzard Swordblade in quite a while. Like, it's been a long time. And even cool actually seeing him actually use so many functions, like the winter function that we never seen him use that much ever again. Like using the Gochi Stone to ride a bunch of cards in order to throw them at Lango. And pretty cool to see him transform the K-King to fight against Lango with the little pawns, which is pretty good to see. And transform to other form like Gurakan, Chocolate, Boa Mellow, and then we're ending with Baki Baki Chip. Which is pretty cool to see. I really do love it, even sending him up to a Ferris wheel. And it's pretty cool to see how they actually continue to fight there with the Baki Baki stick. Well, it's not really doing too much, but it's actually pretty cool to see the fight continue. And interestingly, he actually summoned his bike in the Gurakan form, actually flies for some reason that we never actually seen before. We want to see more of that. And they actually continue to fight going through a roller coaster. It's pretty cool to see that it actually is a pretty interesting little fight scene. And we cut to Masaru being relieved over the fact that Amanda tells him that Shouma plan worked. And they actually read through Shouma's journal, which I gotta say, hey, privacy, man. There's gotta be privacy around here. And he reads about his mom, which is pretty much his sister, saying that she was just like his own sister. And really the fact that, yeah, the Shouma's mom saying that the snacks were amazing. And he seemed to put two and two together, probably figuring out that maybe he actually might have found out the answer to his relationship as he finally asks what is Shouma's like mom's name. And I'm not saying that we should wait for Shouma to tell him. As the fight continued between Lango and Shouma, it was pretty cool to see the bike action. Even with the CGI, I just love the fact that it actually feels like a Kamen Rider fight. You know, a giant monster blasting a Kamen Rider on his bike. But like I say, even with CGI, really cool to see a bike action. Actually running away from the blast and attacking him. Pretty good, they actually destroyed the bike. But even a cool shot of him jumping up, they actually stab Lango. You know, we're pretty good to see. I love the shot of him just trying to carry the sword or stabbing it. Actually, doesn't really stab or kill him, he just stabbed through his wing, destroying it. And so he can't even fly anymore. Which is really cool to see. As we come out of Lucky destroying all the door, but then the place just collapses on its own self and destroys itself. As he falls, thinking that he'll meet Komel once again, and he will miss his friends and family. It's pretty sad to see him go. As he says his catchphrase, he falls to his death. Well, not really, but we'll talk about that later. As his Gochi Stone, except for Alamon, actually go into the door space and go back to the human world. As he seemingly falls to the death, Hunter continues to fight against Jiip and Liselle. It's kind of unfair to get in a 2v1, but Jiip tried to actually keep protecting Liselle over and over again, which is pretty nice to see. And even gives her his sword in order to make her slash Hanto over and over again. But he doesn't give up at all, as he actually freezes them all in place and actually starts punching them over and over again. And pretty cool that Jiip actually, like, breaks the part of himself into Baki Baki's form and actually throws it at the sword in order to make an attack so they can free him with the eye. But not before it's Hanto just grab both the head together and just headbutts them. And it's pretty nice to see. I do love how they actually seeing how cool it is for the action scene. But then Hunter actually prepares his finisher and actually rider kicks them. But then Jiip just takes the full blast, protecting Liselle once and for all, de-transforming him. As Liselle actually cries out why you do that and all that. And then he says he actually sees Shita's ghost, complaining about the fact that he's really dying after she did all that effort to save him. As Jiip tells her he understands why she did it in the first place, to finally protecting somebody else that she always wanted to do. His life actually mattered or something like that. I'll probably explain later, probably what that. They do a little hand thing they always do back in the early episodes, saying that they're finally together again. As he fades away, at least Liselle cries over saying that she was all for him and all that, actually crying the fact that she's all alone. But Hanta just leaves, de-transforming with all the presses, as she just cried alone, which you probably just said of her V-Cinema or something like that, but yeah, he just leaves with all the presses. As Shouma and Lango continue their fight till the nightfall, as Shouma first wanted to fall, as Lango said it's the difference between human and Granu's strength. As Shouma agreed that they are different, that a lot of things have changed for them throughout the whole life. That Shouma has gained a lot in his travel to become a writer, saying that he had a lot more to lose, and that's the reason why he will not lose this fight, compared to Lango, who had pretty much nothing at all. And especially he said that things that Lango will never understand or have. And yeah, Shouma refused to lose, as he asked his question one more time, saying what will it be? Will he actually leave humans alone or die by his hand? And Lango say that Shouma will die by his hand, as Shouma blocked it and transformed to his base form. Which is really disappointing. I think he should have transformed to Amazing Gummy. I think it would make sense to transform to Amazing Gummy to make it the Red Gavv again, and make it show that yeah, it is the Red Gavv defeating Lango. All the time that insult actually making him defeat Lango once and for all. I think that would be much better to me personally. The extra Final Four coming back here again. Especially said it's confirmed the little notes from the production though that it's not actually the blood and all that. That you know the episode where the Amazing Gummy came out with all the blood and rock and gummy. Apparently that wasn't it. Apparently the director said it was because of his emotion that made him like that, which I call BS. That's not what happened. But I think he could have combined it both again here to make it actually support the Amazing Gummy and actually use the Red Gavv power to defeat Lango once and for all. Still a pretty good shot of them actually pouring their finisher as Shouma makes a rider kick once more time, finally defeating Lango once and for all in his base form. And an explosion finally burning him up and killing him. And isn't it Shouma is sad over the fact that he had to kill another family member? And there are a bunch of feathers on the floor, was wondering where that came from. And he leaves a pack of gummy there, leaving it behind as he walked back home. When he cut back, it actually been 3 months since the fight. As Shouma was making a new snack with a muffin, even making a new gochuso, kind of like a muffin or like that for his own food. I might have actually tried it, saying that they're really good, better than last time. Hunter comes in to work on something or an article. And maybe on Monday, she probably start charging him, as he said that he'd probably pay it back with labor. I sure was just happy to get to work with his boyfriend again, with hand manual labor. And he decided to actually make new treats, and he decided to go out to meet with Masaru to give him a taste of it. Actually turning out that the new treats he's making, he's calling it bright treats, where it's kind of treats that actually make them be able to help with the Granus, because of the fact that Granus are pretty much stuck here. They can't do anything at all. It's just stuck with their addiction. Hopefully with the bright tree, with the way the show is making them used to human food, making them like able to get over their addiction, which is pretty nice to see. That's kind of what this whole plot was introduced earlier in the season. Maybe making him more of a chef and all that, making them actually find a solution for their addiction. But it's okay, it's happening now, but still, I wish it kind of happened more. But it said the fact that all the Granus stuck together, even seeing Liselle all alone in a port, was pretty much setting up for V-Cinema with Hanta that we got announced like earlier yesterday, at the time recording on Saturday. That we're getting the fact that yeah, we're getting the information that Liselle and Hanta are gonna have a V-Cinema together, where Hanta's like extra final form. Hanta blamed Lucky at the grocery store, which is a 2 pudding and jelly thing, trying to punch her, saying that he doesn't really blame him, it's just a joke. Shouma tried every door again, but sees nothing. And he can't find a connection to go to the ground world. And then we find out Lakia is okay. We're just wondering how. I kind of feel disappointed they just gave us the answer that Lakia is actually okay. I think it would have been better if they didn't give us the answer, or at least find a better solution. And then having, like, you know, the door space just collapse and destroy. He just destroys it, and then just a slight explosion, and you find like a stairs and go down from it. I think that would have been better to me. If you with the fact that we're never gonna show him to die, then why the whole point of actually seeing he was gonna die is just showing the next scene that we see him. He's okay with it a la mode. And but he said he kind of confirmed that the new president elected, life keeps going in the grounded world. It seems like he's going back to his job on mining. And he said that he will not stop until he finds probably a way to get back home. And we see Shouma with Masaru, and he actually say that he actually thinks it's pretty good, but he thinks that the previous treat that Shouma made was better. That's why he can't please everybody. Actually, Michiru would have actually loved it. And I'm pretty sad, like a little frustrated with it, that they revealed that their uncle and nephew off screen. I'm a little annoyed with it, actually, personally speaking, because I am very annoyed by the fact that they revealed that they're off screen, that they're related. I really wanted to see the interaction, that they were uncle and nephew, maybe like a hug or a cry or something, or confirmation that, yeah, she's dead and all that, but it's pretty sad that we don't see it. I thought he said he actually put out a picture saying that if it was Shouma's food, that Michiru would have loved it no matter what he made. That Shouma just a bundle of joy, happiness, just like her. He would have loved eating it no matter what. Which is a pretty nice sentiment, but still, I really want to see the interaction between finding out that they were uncle and nephew. I really wanted that. As Shouma wanted to bring smile to everybody with a treat, I decided to go back home, actually bumping into Baku, Kamen Rider Zetsu that's starting out next week at the time of recording this video. I actually dropped the Gochisto, so I give it back to Shouma, only see that the next rider is Zetsu. And then funny enough, he actually gets attacked by a UFO for no reason at all. And Baku just said that it's just the side effect of just helping somebody, saying that he's used to it, and pretty much telling to him and the audience that he'll handle things from here on out as he walked back home. Hunter continued working on his little article, saying that a lot of dark treats need to be published to give it to the Groundwood and to the human world in order to find closure. And then he got the message from a Groundwood saying that he wanted to actually help out, and pretty much setting up for his V Cinema thing coming out later this year. Shouma hears about it, saying that he'll meet up with Hunter and the Groundwood to give them some of the treats to make sure that he can actually get over the addiction. And hopefully he's showing that he's gonna bring smile to the whole world and happiness found for everybody as he rides away to the sunset at this episode and season end, bringing smiles to everybody. Overall, I have a lot of things to say about the final and this season as a whole. I think as an episode individually, I think it's a pretty okay episode, but as a final, I think it's kind of underwhelming. Like, the fact that we have Shouma and Masaru relationship just cut short off screen, I did not like that. I really wanted to see them actually interact with each other. But the fact that they were off screen, it does not feel me satisfied at all. Also, the whole Lango thing about the fact that he was alone and all that, saying that he's been traumatized by the family. The more I think about it, the more I feel like Lango should not have been the final villain. It did feel more like Glota. Like, I remember the Glota episode about the fact that she wanted her family together and wanted to be the sanctuary. If anything, I feel like they would Glota motivation, the fact that she wanted the family all together, feeling lonely about it and finding happiness. I think that would have been more better for Glota more than Lango. I think that Lango doesn't have much characteristics, just like the fact with Glota and Shita. And yeah, the whole characteristic only happened this last 2 episodes, and then we're gone again. I feel kind of disappointed with the whole Stomach family, but maybe when I talk about my seasonal review, I would talk about my whole thoughts about the whole last quarter of the show. And this last quarter of the show definitely feel like, I mean, like, I'll be honest, I'll be saying right here, right now, I don't feel like the ending stick the landing to me. There's something I do like the action and all that. I kind of still want the Red Gavv to actually come back, like the amazing gummy to be defeating Lango than just base gummy. I think that would work better to symbolize the fact that he took the idea name of Red Gavv to heart and actually using it to defeat the prejudice of his sibling. But still, yeah, I'm a little disappointed over that. Other one thing that Liselle not dead. I kind of want her to get more comeuppance, but at least she's suffering. That I do love seeing that. But still, she's pretty much alone setting up her V Cinema. I think Jiip could have been done a little better. I feel like Jiip's last 2 episodes was kind of rushed. I feel like it should have been more emphasis the fact that he wanted to protect somebody. But I said the whole time, it didn't seem like he was liking Liselle at all until like the last few episodes. I kind of feel like it should have been done much better for the fact that maybe more interaction of showing why he actually liked Liselle now. But yeah, I'm just thinking that it should have probably been done a little bit better. I do like the idea of Jiip sacrificing himself for somebody, saying that he finally understands it, why his twin Shita did it. But still, I kind of feel like it should have been maybe a little bit more, but that's what I feel like. I feel like the whole season could have really used an extra episode. Instead of 50, because I feel like the writer was more used to the fact that like Wizard was like 53 episodes, like 51 episodes. I feel like this season was also 51 episodes, maybe an extra episode. It could have actually helped flesh out a bunch of ideas more. Maybe make Lango an actual like characteristic motivation different from, because I just recently rewatched a lot of the episodes to make my ranking of every episode from worst to best. It just feel like Glota motivation for Lango, just copy pasted, just done a little differently. But I just feel like Lota with much better motivation. Also, Lakia just popping up, okay, like come on, guy. He would try to fake out death. I think it would be better not have a fake out death, just make him walk down the stair on a door space and make him go back home. But I didn't explain the question, how did he get back home? Hopefully they explain the visual. I'm like, come on, we need explanation. Overall, still a fine episode for a fine season. I'll probably have a whole talk about it for my reviewing seasonal review. I'll probably talk about that there. But rating wise, for this episode, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. What do you guys think? Do you like the episode or not? What do you think about the episode of the final? Do you think it satisfied you with the final of the whole season? Don't tell me you judge yet what do you think of the season as a whole. Again, I'm doing a seasonal review and I have more things to talk about. Because trust me, I have a lot of things to talk about this, especially what they did in the last 10 episodes. I feel like the last 10 episodes pretty much soured my kind of mood for this season. Leave a comment down below and subscribe for more Kamen Rider content. And we get ready to talk about Zetsu next. Peace.